So this session series is organized by Asia Focus Group collaborated with Dotitude. So I hope that you learned about DevOps and introduction to this cloud computing and Azure table storage in previous session as well. So first of all, I will share my screen first, then we can move on. So yeah, so guys, today, can you see my screen by the way?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about a common service which we use day-to-day life as a cloud developer if you are using Azure. So Azure App Services. So let's discuss about what is this app services and how what are the features of this Azure App Services, and let's see how we can deploy a simple application for the app services. There are several deployment methods as well. I will show you how to deploy this a simple application via those methods. Again, I will show you a choice guideline. So that's actually important. So if you are a new developer, or if you need to migrate all solution, or if you need to build a new solution, so what are the pathways that you can choose to for this app services. So let's see those steps in the near future. So uh, the slides are just for this demonstration purpose. So I will show you in the demo, so how we can do those stuff. So yeah, so moving on. So day-to-day life. So not as a software engineer, so as users, so we are using different kind of web applications, right? So for an example, Igman.lk, Daras.lk, likewise. So day-to-day lives, if we have internet, so we are using different applications, right? So in order to behind this application, so you need a hosting environment to deploy these services in the backend. So as you already heard, these differences between in the introduction session. So you may have heard platform as service, infrastructure as service, software as a service. Likewise, there are several methods. Actually, today we are talking this Azure App Service. So this is actually a platform as a service. So moving into the app service. So this is a HTTP based service provided by the Azure to host web applications, REST APIs, and mobile backends. So likewise, so it's up to your choose. So hosting can be different. Like, so this is actually mainly focusing on cloud deployment. So the main benefit is actually, so you don't need to manage your own infrastructure if you are hosting your application within the Azure App Service. So because it's again I'm mentioning, so this is a platform as a service. So yeah, Azure Cloud Platform give you the infrastructure. So and in future slides, so we will see how this infrastructure works. So this is actually wrapped by a service called Azure App Service Plan. So we will discuss that in future. So again, this supports multiple frameworks. So it doesn't really matter like if you have .NET Core, web application, or web API, if you have a Java application, Node.js. So it really doesn't matter. So it is supporting like Vue.js, React, Angular applications as well. So that's very beneficial. And this actually supports auto scaling and high availability. Support for both Windows and Linux. So again, this is supported both Windows and Linux. So you may heard about scale out and horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. You may heard. I don't know whether introduction session covered, but in futures in next slide, so I will tell what is this how this scaling happen. And availability, so there are like in Azure you can choose availability regions, and you can enable this geo redundancy feature as well. So let's talk more into while demo. And it enable deployments from Azure, GitHub, or any repo. So any version control system, you can integrate to this app service very easily from Azure Azure DevOps or Bitbucket, or you can integrate this very easily via pipeline service. And you need to pay for the compute resource, pay as you go. So you may already heard about this cloud platform. Mostly it is pay as you go. So this computing resources actually determined by the app service plan that you are going to run your applications. So I will quickly show you this pricing mechanisms of app services. So these are the this is actually Microsoft guideline. So they provided some insights to calculate cost for your requirement actually. So there are like free tiers and basic tiers, standard and premium. So premium you can go up to like this space up to 250 giga and maximum instances, how many applications. So likewise again you have this service plan. So service plan is actually the wrapper. So service plan service plans are also categorized like basic plan, standard plan, and premium V2. So you can see if the performance and specifications go higher, and the cost also go higher. So moving back to the slide. So as I showed you, so this is like an overview. So as I told you, app service plan, actually app service plan is kind of a backbone of an app service. So you can see the users. There are several users, and several app services are defined under one app service plan. So in here, users are connecting to the directly to the app service, and as I mentioned, this app service plan provides basic infrastructure to the app service. For an example, if you have in this scenario, this is a simple app service one demo 2.asiawebsites.net. So it has this uh, directory, and there are some files as well. So for these files, so actually this storage is being shared by this app service plan, and the computing power as well. So and there, of course, you need RAM value, RAM CPU usage, and storage to run this as an app service. So those are shared by this app service plan. So in here I mentioned it has an app service plan which is assigned for same capacity, and you can say you can introduce many app services under app service plan. So it may depend, like if you introduce like 8 GB of memory, and if you introduce hundreds of app services, so it may cost more, and it will slow down your app services, because these resources are being shared by different app services. So it is really important to you to decide to split these app services and limit the number of app services that you are defined on app service plan. So it's really important. So if you are like using if you need to test some scenarios, so it is better to implement a new app service plan before adding this new resources into the same app service. So those kind of things as a developer need to consider if you are going to adding new app services. So as I mentioned, so this is actually language independent. So you can integrate many of the programming frameworks with very easy. So support actually C Sharp, .NET, PHP, Java, and Python, Ruby. Many popular languages you can integrate, but you cannot integrate the desktop applications because the purpose is ultimately to work on desktop. So you cannot host desktop applications, but if you're going cloud native, so you are free to go with any language. So again, this is the scaling and availability. So actually, Microsoft guarantees a 99% 95 availability with these app services. Uh, that's a quality assurance, yeah, like assurance given by the Microsoft. So for an example, it is like 99.95 second percentage means, as far as I can remember, it is 20 minutes per month. So they assure that kind of availability, and I think that's for this is actually where depending on the tier that you are going to purchase on. So if you purchased a higher tier, so this availability uh, may be higher. So that this is like a general average. So so you can scale up and scale out. So scale out means so you can increase the number of number of applications depending on the usage, and scale up means so you can expand current resource. For an example, if a resource particular resource have 2 GB of RAM, and demand came on, so the CPU utilization goes high, so then you can expand this one into uh, 4 core CPUs and 16 gigs of RAM. So you can dynamically set this scale up and scale out. So so other features, if you talk about security and compliance, so ISO, SOC, and PCI compliant. So that doesn't really matter. So those are supported in app service, and you have this authorization features such as Azure AD, or like you can integrate Google or Facebook or Twitter. Likewise, authorization service, authentication service, so you can integrate very easily just with one click. So you can enable these features within the app service environment. In the demo, so I will show you where the place that you can enable these features. And Visual Studio integration also really nice, and we can directly deploy source code to app service via the Visual Studio. API and mobile features, including CURS and push notifications. So those kind of cross-platform communication services are supported, and you can use this push notification services, and there are a lot of many others as well. So actually, since we talk about app services, so there are several methods that we can create an app service. So you can create an app service using directly via Azure portal, and you can authorize the Azure CLI, and you can add your subscription into your CLI, and you can use Azure CLI to create an app service and deploy the resources. Or if you are using infrastructure as code platforms like ARM templates or Terraform, I may know some projects are using. So via the ISC platforms, also you can deploy these app services to the environment. So without further ado, so I will let us explore this app services and how we can create these app services, and how we can deploy a small application into this app service. So I will first of all I will go to Azure portal actually. So this is a testing account, not a testing account. This is my university account. It is still active, so I can use this for testing purposes and demo purposes likewise. So portal.azure.com, so you can log into your account. So again, you need an active subscription for turning for these features, enable these features. And there, so you can find in this menu, so you can in first there are items, right? You can scroll and you can find these app services. And sometimes if you are frequently using Azure portal, so if you are frequently using, so it will appear this shortcut as well. So okay, apart from that, so you can search from here as well, app services likewise. So then you can go to app services. So currently I don't have any app service. So again, then you can create an app service. So I'm showing this actually this first method. This method actually. So I'm showing how to create this using Azure portal. So you can create a web application, and yeah, it will move for this create web app section. So then you can create a, if you have already active subscription, it will append here, and you need to provide an application name. So I will show you. I will add 99x Azure demo app. Okay, it is available. So this is actually the domain that we are getting from. So you can see .asiawebsite.net as well. So this is actually a domain name provided by this Azure App Service. So by via this link, we can access our resource. So then you can choose a runtime stack. So you can choose any of these languages. So I will for now I'm showing you the .NET 6. I have sample application to host with this platform. It is .NET 6. So since I will choose .NET 6 and app service operating environment as Windows. So and then we need to choose a region. So there are a lot of regional availability as well. So default it is selected to East US. So I'm keeping that one. And again, this is the pricing plan. So there you can see, since I don't have any app service plan, so it is automatically created an app service plan for me. So within this app service plan, so you can see this pricing plan. So there are pricing plans, as I showed you. There are standard, premium, and likewise. So I'm currently selecting this free tier, and so free tier is applied for this this app service plan. So all the app services you deploy within this app service plan will be reflected for this free tier. So it is directly applying for this app service plan. So I'm choosing this. So again, this is this zone redundancy. So you can enable this one if you go with this premium tiers, I guess. I'm not sure why it is not enabling. Yeah, if you go with premium, so you can see zone redundancy enabled, but it is unfortunately it is not available for free tier. So I'm going with this, and I will create next deployment. So you can integrate this GitHub actions if you have. So you can just authorize and select organization repository likewise. So I don't have this, and I will go next. So enable public access. So you can enable public access or not. So I'm currently keeping this one as on. And monitoring. So you know this, there is a service called Application Insights within Azure. So that's a very easy to use and very sophisticated application collection application log collecting platform. So you can integrate directly this, but I'm not going to integrate at this time. So if you need these are the tags section. So if you need any tags for your resource creation, so you can add there. And then you need to, that's the final step. So you can check whether all the parameters are fine, and then you can hit this create button. Then it will initialize this deployment. Again, I guess let's see until this deployment, it will take a couple of seconds. And again, yeah, so if I go to resource group, no, it is not deployed. So I guess if we created from the scratch, so it will automatically create this resource group as well. So as I don't know whether you heard about these resource groups or not. So the resource group actually a group of collection that you can wrap this all the resources around. For an example, if you have this igman.lg application for an example, so you can you can place this one as a service base. And for an example, like if you have this igman.lk web app, so you can place igman.lk resource group subscription. So all the databases, app services, application insights, and everything related to igman.lk. So you can place this one in this igman.lk resource group. And the other hand, if you choose this so, services wise, for an example, app service wise. So if you choose or QA app services, QA environment, so then you can push all the app services into the QA environment resource group. So I think deployment is success. And yeah, so you can navigate this one from the app services as well. So you can see this app service is listing here. It will take a couple of seconds to load. Yeah, so you can see resource group is, they have created a new resource group for me. Yeah, and there is a app service plan as well. So this is actually the backbone of this my app service. So it will show you this CPU memory, CPU usage, memory usage, in and out. Those kind of statistics are showing in this app service plan. If we navigated to web app, so as I mentioned, so they will provide a default domain. So if I click here, so we can explore a web application. Yep. So since we just created from the scratch, it is still waiting for our content to be deployed, and it is showing the supporting this runtime stacks, and they will show you the deployment center and quick start guide as well. And this is the overview tab. Actually, you can so I have very limited time now, so I will fast forward these things. So at here you can this is the dashboard view, so you can view the overall statistics and domains map, what are domains map, and application inside networking, likewise settings as well. So this is the activity log. So you can for an example, if a kind of deployment happen, if application fails, so you can monitor those stuff in the activity log. And this access control, so you can control what are the you can assign role assignments, so you can assign and restrict access for this web application. And tags, you can add tags there and diagnose and solve problems. So for an example, like if you have in a case your deployment is not working, so in that case, so you can go into this section and view there are different kind of sections are listed there. So you can go into that section and you can list down all the what are the problems, and if your app service is unhealthy, so you can monitor all of those information from there. I don't know why it is taking this much time to load. And yeah, since time is ticking, so we will back for this. And here you can enable this Microsoft Defender for cloud. So if you need like protect from malicious request or malicious code, so you can integrate that Defender. And again, for this configuration section, so I will explain. So if you have in many of you are working on different projects, so as they are, whether it is Node.js or Angular or whatever, so there are application settings needed to run your application. So you can add those application settings under this section. So you can add directly as a key pair value from here, like in a JSON structure. And if you need again to for an example, if you have connection string. So if you don't want to expose this connection string to the other third side party, so you can integrate here directly the key vault. Azure key. There is a service called Azure Key Vault, so you can directly link this key vault configurations for here as well. So, and this is the authentication part that I have mentioned in this slide. From here, this is still loading. I don't know why this taking this much of time. Yeah, so you can see at this identity provider, and there you can integrate this Google, Twitter, OpenID, Apple, Facebook, likewise, so that you can just by few clicks, so you will be able to integrate those. And what are the other things? Yeah, and again, you can map these custom domains and backups and likewise. So here is the scale up and scale out. So in the scale up section, so they will be showing up the configurations. So you need to scale up the application if you need to improve the performance, likewise. So it will show the cost as well, and it show the dev tiers and production tiers which are needed to scale up the application. And you can select this any of this plan that you want, and you can enable this scale up feature. And regarding scale out, same as well. So you can define what how many instances that you need to uh, generate, and scale out methods. So there are like manual, automatic, and rule based methods that you can use. So those features you can use as your requirement. So again, this app service plan. And one thing, is scale up and scale out apply for the app service plan, because I mentioned this app services are wrapped out by the app service plan. So it is actually the direct link for the app service. Yeah. So it is actually directing to the app service plan. So you can see within this bracket, so it is showing that app service plan. And there are some lot of features as well. So you can create an app service, and please go through all of these services. There are a lot of features that you can use in the app services. I unfortunately I don't have much time to go through all of these services, and since we have something to show and time is limited to 1 hour, so so I have explained this application, and for now I will create another app service as well, because I need 99 next demo app DevOps. Okay, I will use the same resource group, and I will use .NET and the same configuration. Yeah, this ASP. Okay, demo apps DevOps. Okay, disable monitoring, no tags. Yeah, so I created that another resource to show you the how we can deploy a sample application via pipeline. So let's see how we can deploy a particular resource to Azure App Service. So I'm currently, let me explore this one. So it is blank now. So I have a sample application which is .NET Core MVC starter page, start application. So it is, if I run this one locally, so uh, it will start in some time. Yeah, so you can see I have ordered some of the headers, and it is showing this this was published directly from the Visual Studio. So I'm going to deploy this sample application, sample starter template to the app service that I have created. This one, 99x Azure demo app. So you can use Visual Studio, and this is a .NET Core 6 application, and you can right click the solution, and you can see this there's this button called publish. So you can select the publish, and then it will support directly show you this Azure, and click the Azure and click next, and here you can see they are mentioning what is the specific target for your application. Maybe a container or app service, container registry, or VM likewise. So in this case, I initialize that app service with Windows. So I will choose app service, Azure App Service Windows. So then it will search if we selected this subscription, and it will search what are the app services available. So this is the one. So this is created for the DevOps, and this is the one that I have created earlier. And if I hit next, next, yeah, publish, and you can finish this one. And it is not publishing yet. It will create these XML files and configurations for your deployment, and then it will show this section. So it is ready to publish. It is not published yet, and it will show you subscription, resource group, and resource name. So I will publish this resource now, and it will do the behind the screen. So let wait couple of seconds. So it is now publishing to Azure App Service Windows. Meanwhile, you can see project is building for the production app settings, and then it will publish all the artifacts generated from the production build to Azure App Service. So you can see this DLL file. Those are the artifacts. Let's wait. Won't take much time. So it is still publishing. Yeah, you can see the web app published successfully. So it will, I think, do some more processes, and it will again restart this web application automatically, since yeah, so you can see it was restarted the web app since we deployed this first time. So yeah, you can see this is the URL, and we have successfully deployed that resource directly from Visual Studio. So this is method one, and it is very easy for you to deploy if you want to directly deploy. For an example, this is like we are not generally doing this approach. We always like in our project context, so we don't push this directly from the Visual Studio. But in some cases, like if we had issues with our pipeline, and if build server if you use custom build servers in your Azure DevOps or DevOps stuff, so if you had some kind of issues, so you can if you really need to deploy into app service, so you can directly push these from Visual Studio. But generally in the in the real world environment and the context, when we are dealing with that kind of scenario, so it is not recommended approach to directly push these source codes into the app service directly. But they have provided this feature somehow. So if you are not like really enterprise scale, if that not really enterprise scale solution, so you can use this one. But yeah, again, it is came with it's coming from the requirement. So that part is done, and let's see whether, yeah. So this is the second resource that I have created. So again, we will deploy this one using Azure DevOps. So if I click this second resource, so we will see this is starter template. Yeah, it is showing this is starter template. And yeah, let's deploy this second resource as well. So this is the Azure DevOps. So hope you got some knowledge about the Azure DevOps session regarding this Azure DevOps. And I have this Azure DevOps webs demo, which is the same project, right? So this is the same project that I'm going to reflect the changes. So I will do a small change. So I will change the text from Visual Studio to via DevOps pipeline. And I will duplicate this one and remove these anchor tags and do a small change. Current date time date time dot now. Okay, let's run this one locally before pushing. This is working or not. Yeah, so it's working and timestamp refreshing. All right, and then I will show you the git changes. Yeah, there are git changes as well, but let me show you. So this is the repo. Actually, I have a small pipeline configured for this task. So if I go to this section, so this is like a small, very small pipeline. So it is actually use this Nuget package manager and Nuget restore, and then it will build the whole .NET solution, and it will archive the files, and it will do Visual Studio test if you have. So then it will publish these artifacts to Azure Web App via this pipeline. So in here, I need to do a small change. So I need to choose this web application type, and yeah, somehow this is app name I cannot change. So let me refresh this. God, don't know why this is. Yeah, now you can say. Sometimes this there are bugs in the Azure DevOps as well. So this is a new resource that I have created, a 99x demo app DevOps. So this is the new app service that I have created. So I will choose this one, and you need to uh, choose the subscription and the solutions. So I will save this one, save this pipeline, and yeah, so you can view this pipeline as YAML as well. So I did not create the full YAML pipeline because I had to do these things quickly. So this is just a simple pipeline, and yeah, even for the deployment stage, so it is not directly recommend to directly push the build artifacts to the environment. So you need a kind of approval stage, like kind of best practices you can follow. But for this scenario, I'm using this, and it will trigger on the master branch. So that's again we don't do in the real world project, but for this case I will do, and I will push this one. Uh, Changes in home page likewise. So I commit this page, the change that I have commit and push. So it will push my change to Azure DevOps. And let's see. Yeah. So you can see the queuing has started. So right after my change, so it is started to build this pipeline. Let's see. So again, one more thing, if you need to integrate this Azure App Service with Azure DevOps, so you need a thing called service connection. So Azure Service Connection is the place that where you can integrate Azure DevOps into Azure Portal. So I will show that one quickly as well. So you can see here there is a section called Service Connection. So there you can see I have authorized this using Azure Resource Manager. So if you only if you are only like if you need to really deploy into a particular Azure resource, so you have to configure this, else it won't be able to deploy your changes, because from the Azure side it is rejecting to taking this artifacts from the build from the pipeline. So you have to build this connection between Azure side and Azure DevOps side. So like they are both are Azure DevOps and Azure Portal, but you need to integrate this connection via Azure Resource Manager. So I have already configured this. So you can see these steps are done now. It's NuGet restore done and build done. So now it is actually on the deploy stage. Let's see. It won't take much time. Mm. We'll see. Oh, successfully deployed. Okay, deployed, but it's still waiting for some operations to finish. Let's see. Yeah, done. Publish symbols, artifacts deleted, and then post check. Okay, checkout master. So yeah, I think we are almost done now. So let's check whether this is working or not. Yeah, as you can see this change, and this was line was added by me. So yeah, it's working. So those are two methods. Also, you can directly push these artifacts from the Azure CLI as well. So you need to build this configuration which are pointed to production, and then you need to extract that artifacts, and then you can zip that folder. Then you can use Azure CLI, and then via that CLI, so you can point this app service and directly push that artifacts also. So but I'm not going to do that in here because I have this limited time. So yeah, I hope you got some insight on the deployment to Azure App Service. So let's see this choice guidelines very quickly. So this is the case number one. So if you need to build a new application, so this is like a nutshell, overall nutshell, and kind of a decision making flowchart, right? So this is actually show you, so you can, if you need to migrate or build new application. So if you need to build a new application, so whether you can choose whether full control is required or not, because there may be some customers really concerned about this uh, application infrastructure as well. In that case, so you need to virtual machines, and if that full control required, no, so you can go for if again we need to check if that is high performance based application. So if that is a high performance related one, so you can use Azure Batch, which is specifically designed for high performance computing. And if that is not the case, we need to check whether this is a microservice or not. So whether this is if that is not a microservice, then we can directly choose app service. So again, there are some couple of other scenarios as well. And again, you need to migrate or migrate solution, and lift and shift to cloud domain. Lift and shift means you can move already existing infrastructure into new infrastructure, or cloud optimize. So in that case, so if that the case, so this is the cloud optimized way. So we will see lift and shift of operation in the next slide. If that is a cloud optimized application, so again come into problem, okay, whether this is a high performance oriented or not. So okay, if not the case, again, okay, there's a case coming from, okay, is that a microservice or not? Okay, if that not a microservice, again we can use Azure App Service. And again, same scenario, migrate, and we can check, okay, whether this is a lift and shift scenario. In the lift and shift scenario, so there are maybe there are legacy code as well. We need to again check whether we can containerize this application or not. So again, yeah, in the compile of my current project, we are facing this issue, containerization, very legacy code. So okay, there can be scenarios like, okay, this can be containerized or not. Okay, we cannot containerize this one. Okay, then we can choose whether this is a web app, web or API app. Again, there may be some scenarios like desktop applications likewise. So in that case, you need to use virtual machines. Uh, so it is a web API or app. So again, you can use Azure App Service. So again, case number 4, you need to migrate migrate a project and then lift and shift. Yeah, again, there is a scenario maybe came, okay, this can be containerized. Okay, again, if the containerization is the case, so whether we can check, okay, this is a cloud app or cloud application for web and mobile. Okay, in that case, again, we can use these app services. In the other cases, like in the container case, containers without managing servers. So in that case, you can use Azure containerized instances instead of app service. So in that case, you cannot directly push these into web service because these containers are like ISO images. So you cannot directly push into Azure app service. So in that case, in this case, cloud app or web or mobile, then you can directly uh, lift and shift your application to Azure app service. So yeah, time is ticking, and we'll quickly go through what are the best practices for app service. So again, these are extracted from Microsoft documentation, and they have given a very big documentation, so you can read. I will share if you want, so I will share this slide. So notes are include in the comment section, so I will add these links as well. So performance wise, so you need to choose accurate app service plan, as I mentioned. So you should not overuse an app service plan, or you should not uh, allocate more resources, like uh, in the test scenario. So if you are doing test cases, so it's better to move that test application into a new app service plan, because your testing cases can cause impact on the other app services. Yeah, again, another point, use CDN for geo distribution. So Azure CDN is available, so you can use CDN for your contents, such as images or script files you are using, or CSS, or likewise shareable materials. So you can use Azure CDN for that one, and you can enable caching for better browser experience. And from the security wise, so this is very important, since we are also like ISO certified company, and our customers very concerned about the privacy and security. So you can use SSL TSL encryption for your app services. And again, as I mentioned, so using Key Vault to store secrets. So you can use Key Vault to store certificates, your application settings, likewise secrets, if you have secret or certificates. So you can directly integrate Key Vault into your app service. So you can use those kind of approach, and using SSO and other authentication methods. So as I showed, you can use that Facebook or third-party authentication or identity server either. So likewise, security-wise, you can implement that scenarios. So scale your application, again scaling games from this usage, and if you are utilizing very high usage or the resources are not enough, so better to implement this scale out and scale out features for your application. And monitoring and diagnosis, so it's also very important, because sometimes it's really hard to debug in the app service within the app services. Sometimes, like if the web page is not responding and it is not giving the correct error output, in that case, so you really need a mechanism to inspect what is going behind and what is the reason for this root cause. In that case, so monitoring and diagnosis will be very helpful, and Azure Application Insight also a very useful service for that. So you can implement Application Insight within just one click for these app services. So likewise, there are a lot of best practices that you can use in the for the app services. There are a lot they have mentioned in the Azure documentation, but I have included a few of them. So moving on, so we have like 5 minutes left. So I